And our first announcement, as always, is that Scott Stelson is in the back corner filming tonight's meeting. It's also you're allowed to speak in regard to something that is actually on the agenda. You're allowed to speak for 3 minutes. Anyone on this side of the room have anything they'd like to say? Okay. This side of the room, on any action item on the agenda.
I just have a question. Do we have the ability to bring up new business?
There is another time for public comment at the end.
Okay, perfect. I'll work with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We'll go to consent agendas. Items 1 through to approve the consent agendas from items 1 to 11.
I have one question on the manager's report. Item 1A4. Should that say fourth quarter 2024 at the end? Or am I mistaken? About the comprehensive plan update?
So because we're going to, in the grant period that's going to start in the fall for the second round, for the grant, we actually probably will start working on the comp plan. It's anywhere between 12 and 18 months. So it is possible that we might be able to put it in the fourth quarter of 2025.
No, but in the parentheses there, it says fourth quarter 2025, like to start working on it. Should that
Oh,
say?
that's probably going to, so that's for the adoption.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can reword that with a little bit more clear.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right, next up, department reports. First up is, why don't we just let the road crew go first, since we're all here. Is that okay?
Yeah, we'll do, so we can do it under the board of supervisors /
Yeah, we'll do it, and / road.
Sure. Don, you want to give your report first?
Yeah, we've been busy in the last few weeks of cleaning up storm damage with a lot of trees down and limbs and some washouts we didn't repair. And then we're started on our stormwater project down on Talbotville Road. And we're into that for like a week and a half, and we've probably got another 2 weeks there till we get it done. And the next thing will be line painting, probably, I hope by the end of this month, the beginning of September. That's it.
Thank you. And today, I don't know who really knows, I think this is one of those things that goes sort of unsaid, but Don's been here a long time. So long, in fact, that we need to honor him.
Yes, Don in August this month, I'm not sure if we know the exact date, has done 50 years here with the Huntingburg Township Road Department. So that's quite a feat. I've known Don since I've been here, going on 3 years, and Don is one of those old school roadmasters that gives every personal touch to everything he does, and there's not many of him left that wants to do that type of skill set. And I know Don hates types of praise. He was agreed to show up even though I told him about it. So we'd just like to present you a very small service award for your 50 years. And also the county has issued you a certificate of appreciation for doing such a great, awesome job. Why don't you guys go up there? Some other.
Yeah, this is a citation from the Board of Commissioners of Chester County, celebrating 50 years of service to Umble Township's Department of Public Works. Don Johnson joined the department in August 1974. 4 years later, he became the township's roadmaster with responsibility for maintenance of Huntingburg streets, including snow removal and stormwater systems. In the past 50 years, Don and his crew have completed many major improvement projects, including Simply Road culvert replacement, Beaver Dam Road stormwater improvement, and stormwater and road improvements to Park Road. Don also served as a member of the Honeybrook Township Board of Supervisors for 24 years, further illustrating his truly remarkable commitment to the people of Honeybrook Township and the surrounding community. The Board of Commissioners, County of Chester, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania congratulates John Johnson on 50 years of service to Honeybrook Township's Department of Public Works and commends his dedication to the citizens of Chester County. Signed, Josh Maxwell, Barry Moskowitz, and Eric Bell.
Thank you.
And now to further hate, you're going to further hate us because we're going to want a picture.
Don, if you want to take a picture, you're not going to post it on the internet. Go on board, step up with it. Yes.
Your history now.
You're old enough to be history.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Don. And thank you for the whole road department showing up and kind of providing some support.
Team support.
Yeah. You guys are part of a team that helps Don really do some good work in the township. So thank you all for your service.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks, everyone. Okay. Item 3.
I'm sorry, does Sal have anything?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, yes, you have any other notes?
Sure, I got a couple things to add. Again, food pantry, 350 families served in July, approximately 1,200 people. It's a 10% increase year to year, and they added approximately 100 families. August, their services included employment assistance, legal aid, kids vision, which I think was some assistance from the Lions Club, clothing van, SNAP sign up, a bunch of school supplies for the kids, free market food shops. They also donated burgers, dogs, rolls, and etc. It's one of the big home parks where we had that last storm with power outage and whatnot. So good community stuff there. In 2024, their basically their only main fundraiser is October 8th golf outing at the Honeybrook Golf Course. So everybody's interested in that. And one other note, Elverson and Honeybrook EMS, just a shout out to Max Jones and Emma Tidball for furthering their education in the Reading School of Health Services, Health Sciences EMT program. So continue to keep doing things right. So thank them for their continued service.
Yeah, we've recently been shared with some information from the food pantry about the little families that are being helped. And it is truly a blessing to have in our area to help those in need. Okay, next would be Kristy.
Thank you. The Honeybrook Community Partnership will be meeting next Tuesday at the landfill meeting room up at the top of the hill. They'll be putting the finishing plans in place for Harmony Day, which is Saturday, September 21st from 10 to 2. And there's a couple of interesting items I put in my report about township-specific budget items that were approved by the legislature in July. So take a look at that. We might benefit from a few bucks here and there. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Next would be Warren.
As always, I just ask that the board accept my written report as attached to the packet, and if there's any questions, be more than happy to answer them from the board or any of the residents here.
Thank you. Honeybrook Community Library, I see we have Robbie, right?
Right. Greg, can I stand?
Sure.
Yes.
I want to let you know where your investment stands right now. For everyone here, if you're on Route 10, you know our library is being expanded. Tremendous effort by contractors who we have. They've done a great job. A shout out to the township for providing us resources We're halfway there, and we're really excited about what's going on. It's going to be a great addition to the township and to all of the people who use that facility. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Our funding we got from the state to do it only takes care of our outside, our structure we're building. And what we have going on, we have a donor tree, and it's really awesome. It's up right now. It looks like a tree, but it has placards there where people can leave their legacy to the library. We have different levels of giving, and it's there forever. And so we would love to have the patrons, people who live in this area here, to look at what we're doing and to respectfully consider donating whatever you can. And your name and your organizations will be on this tree forever in the library. But we're having a golf day tomorrow. I understand we're golf zone. They're going to give a certain level of their proceeds to the library, and we're going to be working with Bruce there. These at the library. So come on down and shoot us some golf or whatever, and help us out. But are there any questions?
Is that all day, Robbie?
Yes, all day.
All day tomorrow?
From 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I believe it is. And I'll be swinging a golf club out there and going on to it. By the way, shout out to Technicon that works for you guys. They did a great job. They're inspecting the library. We're up to snuff safety-wise at every inspection that's going on there. So we appreciate that oversight. Any questions? Yes.
How are we doing?
I'm sorry. On this campaign,
What is your goal?
our goal is around $500,000. We're about a quarter of the way there, which is not too shabby. Times are hard for people as well, things are going on, but we're doing well. We'd like to get more corporate sponsorship, and we're working on it. A lot of businesses and stuff like that have yet to really contribute. The landfill, by the way, gave us a bunch of money, the Chester County landfill, and shout out goes to them and what they're doing. But we're trying. But yes,
How much is it to put a leaf on the tree?
I got the brochure here, different denominations, I'm sorry.
I'm just curious.
Goes from $250 all the way to $10,000. We did have a $10,000 donation from the dump, from the Chester County landfill, which is really, they've been really ardent supporters of us, and we really appreciate it. Are there any questions? Other questions? It's going to be a great place for the kids. It's going to be a great place for the young adults. It's going to be a great place for everyone to come. We have a lot of services there that we hope to really improve the community. It's going to be a great part of the community. So come on down here and take a look at what it looks like. The main room that we have is going to be as big as this for our community center, for tutorials, for meetings, for all kinds of stuff. It's going to be great. And our other side for the kids and the young adults is going to be just as large as this. And it's going to be a great addition. Thank you again for helping us out.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for all your time with the library.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Well done.
You can, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Land Preservation Committee.
Congratulations to you.
Don't see anybody.
Who's no one here?
No. The next meeting is on Tuesday evening, and Sarah Sharp from the Rainy Wine Conservancy will be here to get the wheels going on the land preservation plan update. So, agenda will be posted shortly, tomorrow. There's a lot of meetings in a row in August.
Okay, next we have Parks and Rec, which would be Kevin.
No, we skipped planning. Sorry, Kevin.
Oh, I'm
Not
sorry.
yet.
I skipped planning for some reason.
So Mike isn't here. Gary, do you have anything to offer? I know we
I
have,
think we only had one thing on the agenda.
Which
and
is-
that which is on your agenda this evening.
which is the PC took a position, correct? Okay.
Okay.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, the upcoming agenda for August, there are some items there. There's a few plans, couple sketch plans, and a couple of variance applications. So we have a nice full agenda for the August meeting. That's all.
Now we
Park is looking really good, coming along. You know, as I'm at the park, there's people coming by, taking pictures, young people that cannot wait for this thing to open, so that's good. Our Fun Fridays, movie night worked out well. I think there was some pictures in the community courier, and we have one more planned at the end of August. Laura, thanks for coming by the other night. Most of the guys on the staff, they didn't know who, they don't know if you were on the board, but I told them afterwards, and we just appreciate you coming by. We're meeting some families. It's slow this year. We're getting whole families coming. We're getting some repeat customers, and everyone seems to be having fun. So we've been without a meeting for a couple months. Our next meeting is tomorrow night, and we expect to get some energy infused into this thing. So that's it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you. Okay, item G, new business. Approve or not approve list of bills for payment as prepared by the treasurer. Do I hear a motion to approve the bills being paid?
Make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 2, authorize or not authorize execution of the township consent on First Amendment to the Declaration for Barron Hill Farms subdivision plan recorded February 15, 2008.
So, just to give the board a little background on this, this was a 4-lot subdivision that was done back in 2007, approved by the township. All of the lots are 20 acres plus in size. As part of the approval of that plan, there was a declaration recorded that restricted, each lot could only have one residential house on it within a prescribed building envelope, and it prohibited any disturbance of the wetland, or of the woodlands altogether. In recent years, we've had inquiries from, I think, 3 of the different property owners over time wanting to do some type of timber harvesting. Not clearing out the woodlands, but responsible kind of forest management. And based on the fact that that restriction was in a declaration, in part because there was not a fee in lieu of open space paid at the time of that subdivision, the township refused to give them those permits because it was explicit. And there also was an argument that each of the other lot owners took title on the understanding that no one else could touch the woodlands around them. But so we recently had another inquiry a few months ago, and so said it may be time to revisit the position we take about that, because responsible forest management can involve selective cutting. It's good for the natural habitat, all those types of things. But we wanted to make sure that all of the landowners would be in agreement, and so we did that. So Warren's vetted that through all of them. So what this is essentially an amendment to that declaration that will allow timber permitting, in accordance with state laws, but it still prohibits clearing. So it effectively lets the landowners manage their land more the way they want to, but it still doesn't let them expand, clear for development because they can't. So, any questions on that? Before we brought it to the board, we wanted to make sure that we had everyone on board.
So if they get a timber permit, then the logger or someone has to contact the township and let them know that they're going to timber an area.
Yeah,
mark the
we
trees.
still require, there's very little that we can fully regulate in terms of woodland disturbance from, protected under acre laws, agricultural activity. But we do request and have the right to require that they get a timber permit. And so that basically, they have to have a plan. It doesn't get approved by anyone as to its substance, but they have to have a plan and get a permit.
The whole road is here, and, this is the
It
area
shows
we're
that there's
focusing on, that sort of.
But who goes out and verifies that if I get a permit and say, I'm going to take down 20 trees, who goes, no one who verifies that?
Correct. And that's the case anywhere in the township for anyone who gets a timber permit. We can't regulate leaving the prohibition in here that they can't clear cut, so that still would be enforceable as a separate matter, because the predecessors entitled to this property agreed to this declaration, and these landowners, by signing this, are still agreeing that they're not going to take those suits. So if there was a complaint filed, we could enforce that against them as a violation, seek fines. Obviously, you can't replace trees. I mean, that's a reality, but there's nothing prohibits somebody from going and doing it on their own anyway. And these people all come to us to get the permit and kind of do it the right way to the extent we have authority to regulate.
And depending on the scope of it, there may be some purview that the Chester County Conservation District has.
Yeah, if it's significant enough in scope and footprint, they may need an ENS plan, erosion type of things, but not all timber harvesting triggers an actual review by the conservation district. Like at one time, our ordinance said they had to get the approval of the district, and the district said, we don't approve those. You know, it's not something we, by state law, are allowed to approve unless it reaches a certain threshold of activity.
So under the current rules, they're not allowed to have any timber harvesting.
Correct. Yeah, so if you've got dead ash trees, you just have to stay there. Right, you just have dead trees, essentially.
Not even allowed to cut up a dead tree.
Well, the way that, you know, I think the letter of the law is the way it's written in that declaration is pretty strict. Is there some room for wiggle as to what it means? Probably. But we've taken the position that nothing is permitted, kind of because how do you say, you know, just do this, just do that? Because the township isn't going to go out and index the trees on 20 acres of land to see if they actually conform. So,
Me personally, I worry about it, give them an inch and a mile. My neighbors got a timber permit and executed it with a bulldozer. So,
I mean, I think the good thing about this is there's 4 property owners all attached. If one would start doing something out of line, they would report it to the township. If it's clarified.
okay.
But again, this came about based upon the declaration we filed. Many properties don't have said declaration, and there is no on.
But we do have some kind of enforcement mechanism if they would go out of the, okay.
I mean, if someone's clearing land because they're going to put a structure up, that's not timber harvesting. Because that's not for purpose of forest sustainability, that's for purposes of development and growth. That's not an activity that's protected by state law.
But they have a building envelope that they're allowed to operate within for building.
On these properties, they do, and it's very limited, yeah.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to authorize execution of the consent amendment? I'll make the motion to authorize.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Item 3 on the agenda, zoning hearing number 2024-7, application of Melvin King, 641 Compass Road, 22-6-39, variances to 27-502, 27-1035.d, and 27-1035.d2, in order to establish a kennel operation in mixed-use residential zoning on a smaller lot and within the side rear setbacks that are permitted for lot adjacent to residential properties. So,
Mr. King is here, and I don't know, Warren, if you want to summarize or do you want to? Or Beth?
I mean, I haven't been part of any of the conversations, I can try to give maybe let Mr. King
Yes.
give a summary of his proposal and the relief he's seeking, if that's acceptable.
Yeah, that's fine. So what we're looking for is a variance from the zoning to have a kennel, even though it's, according to the zoning, my property is too small and setbacks too close. Yeah, basically what you got.
And kennels also have to be in the agricultural district, not mixed-use residential, right?
And RC, correct. So ag and resource conservation, not mixed use.
Mr. King?
And what's the parcel size for kennels required by law, by our ordinance?
2 acres.
2 acres.
That's the size
But
here.
if the property is 2 acres.
Well, it's 2 acres, but if it's adjacent to a residential lot, it has to be 5.
Correct.
Gotcha, thank you.
And it is adjacent to residential lots.
And your lot is 2 acres.
Yes.
It is. And since it abuts against another residential property, that ordinance dictates that it's 5 acres. And the planning commission's in a position of no position by a vote of 5 to 1. A motion to support did not carry by a vote of 4 to 2 opposed.
Does your lot abut to the school property,
It does, yes.
the rear of your lot?
All the way in the back, yes.
Do you have any fencing in your yard?
We do, yes. We have fencing all the way around the kennel except by the man door side.
So you already have a kennel?
We do, yes. But it's, I applied for state license this year, and I didn't even know that I can't have a kennel. So I applied for state license because my number of puppies is going up. And then you guys, of course, got involved. And I thought I was fine because I had 2 acres. I didn't realize that I was residential zone. So now we're trying to work through it. And it came up through the state and reached the township.
And how close are you to the library?
There's two lots between me and the library. I guess I'm probably 700,000 feet maybe to the library.
What do your neighbors think of this? Like, have you talked to the neighbors?
I haven't talked to them directly, no. I have had no complaints. If they're even aware that I have a few dogs, I'm not sure.
So I was on the board when we, just from my previous experience, we've previously denied someone who had a similar situation to you
Okay.
because he had similar constraints that you have.
I make the motion to disapprove.
Do I hear a second?
I'm going to second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So that's a recommendation to the zoning board to
So they're not approved.
Yep.
And just for everyone's edification, the hearing is scheduled for Monday at 6:30.
So there'll still be a hearing even if you guys take it.
The zoning hearing board is the official deciding
Okay.
body. This is
Yeah.
just a recommendation to
That's
that.
kind of what I thought.
Just a question to the board, because at times when you take a position, you can choose to have myself or someone attend on your behalf to advocate for the position you've taken. Do you feel strongly enough that you would want someone there to represent that position, or are you comfortable that just the zoning hearing board being made aware of the board's recommendation, that's sufficient?
Yeah, you've done that in the past, I think probably.
I have on a couple, I mean, I think there's been things that that I have not, so I'm just.
What do you guys think?
I think I would prefer you to be there.
So it makes it clear why we said no.
Correct.
Because you can't tell one person no, and then the next person comes in with the same thing and you say something different.
You can.
Well, right.
Are you able to attend?
Yes. Okay.
Number 4.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay,
King, for
item
coming
for
in.
authorized or not authorized execution of quitclaim deed
Okay.
for 73 Dampman Road, affirming the 1977 condemnation and conveyance of a 68-acre property to the NCCMA.
So this is property that the authority has essentially owned, maintained as theirs for 50 years, close to it. Both the township and the borough owned part of the property once upon a time and condemned the land through condemnation procedures with the court with the intention of giving it to the authority. Through some activities they've been doing recently, they recognized that an actual deed was never officially executed conveying it to the authority. And for chain of title record purposes, they've now asked if we would execute a quitclaim deed. The borough has also done that, which you'll see on the deed that's in the packet. Just essentially cleaning that up so there is no question that the township retains no rights to that land any longer.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to authorize execution of quitclaim deed?
I make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 5, approve or not approve a final release in the amount of $41,815.24 for Gabriel and Lydia Stolzfus, 1179 Talbotville Road for completed stormwater improvements. That's pretty
Yeah,
self-explanatory.
the TEI, tech copy letters are on there saying that we've done all the inspections and the project will be complete for the next.
Do I hear a motion to make the recommendation for release of funds?
Yes, make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Item 6, approve or not approve a final release in the amount of $20,776.13 for Daniel and Rachel Stolzfus, 250 Township Line Road for completed stormwater improvements. Same.
Yes, yep, same tech copy.
Hear a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Item 7, approve, not approve the second application for payment for the James Umble Park Jump Phase 1 construction project in the amount of $41,233.17.
So this is for the skate park, this is for the ENS controls, the site prep and demo. All the board packet information is in there, and this release came through the landscape architect, YSM, who's doing the project management for the case.
Hear a motion to approve?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item H, other new business. Do we have any other new business? Okay. Item I, old business. Do we have any other old business?
We do not.
Okay. And then item J, open forum, any other matter. That means 3 minutes. You have to be respectful, and we have a timer. Anyone on this side of the room have anything they'd like to say? No? Anybody on this side of the room have anything they'd like to say? Sir?
This is open forum on anything you want to bring.
Yes, and I apologize for my frustration once again. And I've tried to reach out to the township since April on this issue I've had with rainwater discharge going not only into my property, but my neighbor's property adjacent to me, my neighbor across the street, and ultimately the meadow behind my house between Meadow Drive and Talbotville. And I've dealt with this since I moved into the township in 2017. The work comes down 322, turns right naturally by gravity onto Meadow Drive. I live right across from Milk Molasses. Comes across Meadow Drive and it deposits water right into my water and sediment and contaminants. All the things that I understand rainwater engineers or experts in it handle. And I have to say, I've had two interactions mainly with the township. The first is when I put an addition on my house, put 2 garages back in 2019. I followed all the rules. I drew up the diagrams on how big an impervious surface I would have. I had to pay $6,000 to have a bed put in. I did everything right. 4 months ago, after dealing with this every time it rains, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's not. I will tell you, with the recent 3 days of downpour, I had at least 6 to 8 wheelbarrows full of dirt and sediment in my driveway. I'm a common sense guy. The water goes in my front yard. It goes down underneath my foundation into my sump pump, which is overworked. It runs 3 days constantly after rain, even when it stopped raining. The infiltration bed I've installed, I drilled a hole out the top of it. Can't repair it. So 4 months ago, I reached out to the township about this, in frustration. And I was calm, and I did everything the right way. I called the township and I talked to Kristy, I think. And she asked me to fill out a form, and I did. Submitted it to the township, it's on file now. As is the infiltration bed is on the record too. It's all there for the public to see. I got a pretty quick response from Kristy that this is not a township issue. It's 322 is a state road, and I understood that. But from my perspective, I had empathy from the township on this. I live on Meadow Drive. I'm a resident of the township. My view of the intersection of 322 and Meadow Drive is that Meadow Drive ends there and the shoulder of 322 begins. And if anything is going to be done to take care of this rainwater, it's going to be sent straight down where it should go, down to the meadow behind my house where there's already a stream of some sort. It's where all naturally goes.
Okay, sir, have you contacted Penn Dot since it's water off in 322?
I have.
So Penn Dot is in charge of 322 because it is in fact a state road.
I got that.
We don't have any control over the stormwater runoff from the state road.
I understand
We
that.
cannot regulate that
I
or
understand that. I
do anything with it.
I understand all that. But again, empathize, so every time it rains, the water runs down in my driveway. Not a couple shovels full. This time it was inches. I had to get my plow out from my tractor. I had to put weight on the plow so it would get down to the bottom of the asphalt. And I plowed it up. I did this Monday morning. And I plowed it up. And I pushed it aside. And out of frustration, I came out here to the township office. When they cried out. I came out and I expressed my concerns with Mr. Bessie. And I sat down and I started to express my frustration. And they got a little heated like I did tonight. But I believe it's my right to come to the township when I'm frustrated and express my concerns.
Everyone naturally has a right to come to the township and speak to your public people, that's what we're here to do,
And then
but in a respectful and calm manner.
I did that.
Generally,
I did
it
that.
works better.
May I finish? Okay, so Mr. Rubensky said he's a cop 3 years. And he started telling me that I assume for the purposes of letting you know that he knows how to handle frustration. That's basically said, I am confident, I understand you're upset.
Okay, so
Please listen to me.
what you're here to talk about right now is your stormwater runoff, right?
No, I'm talking about the crime that happened at this office right out there. I told her, please. That's what I'm here to
Yeah.
talk about.
We're not gonna address this. Your 3 minutes are up. We heard you about your stormwater
Can
management.
I say one last thing? I live 5 minutes from here.
Yep. I know where Meadow Drive is.
I can get there in about 10 minutes. One person, Charlie McDonald, has been out of my house to look at. It affects me, it affects my neighbor next door, the lady across the street, I know her yard, because her late husband passed away, Joyce Miles. Don't know if you know about it, she's not living there anymore. I know her yard. I gotta put up with the weeds and everything that are growing up along 322, because there's not a concrete curb to carry the water from the borough down 322 on the way it should go. It all
I
comes
feel your
down-
frustration, but if, like we've explained to you, we don't have any control over stormwater management from
I
PennDOT
understand.
roads. The person that you should be talking to would
Then,
be,
with all due respect,
PennDOT.
crime was committed here. A crime.
okay.
I want to be taken seriously.
Okay, this discussion is over. Do I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Make a motion. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I was wondering if, I guess, some great spot, I should have said a great spot. Think about getting a move outs for,
Talk to me afterwards, I'll
move you.
I'll
I just didn't know, I went, I don't know, it'd be a good time, that's what I move outs.
talk to me, Kevin.
All right, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to tonight's meeting.
Give me a couple minutes, Kevin.
Really? Go there.